Hi, I'm Mr. Sonic Nevitz, and this is a video on how to preserve your collection and just some kind of tips and things that I've learned over time and through the internet and stuff on how to maintain and take care of your collected editions. So the first thing I do, and you might have noticed if you just zoom in on the back here on these, is I put all my trades in these bags and boards just like floppies. It's kind of excessive, but I enjoy doing it mainly because I'm pretty clumsy. So if I ever drop any of these or whatever, the board will take the brunt of the impact. And it's already saved me a couple times when dropping these things. And then the bag is just general shelfware. Shelfware, taking it on and off the shelf and they're rubbing against other books. The bag really helps lower that over time. So that's why I put them in these. And the types I use are these right here, these BCW comic book bags. I use 4 different kinds. So I use Silver Age thick, I use Silver Age thick, Golden Age, and Golden Age thick bags. Those 4 bag sizes are enough to pretty much cover any kind of trade paperback. There are some excessive ones like compendiums that are really big trades that are like 60 issues. Those probably won't fit in these, but overall, those 4 bag sizes should be able to contain most of your trade paperbacks. And for the Silver Age and Silver Age thick, I get them with this green label right here. They're resealable bags because I don't want to have to use a lot of tape, and it saves a lot of time that way. I also use these comic book boards right here. These are 6 3/4 by 10 1/2. These are just common comic book boards for modern comics. I use them. They fit almost every single trade. I've never had trouble with that. They do warp though, just so like climate wise, which is disappointing. The books flatten them out, and if you put them in a shelf, it'll flatten them out, but it's kind of annoying at first. Another thing I use is right here. I don't know if you can tell. I'll take the dust jacket off, but I put what are called Brodart dust jacket covers on my dust jackets. So if you can see, it's like white like this. This is the Advantage 2, the clear book jacket cover. How it works is I buy them by the roll, and then I cut them to size, and it's really price effective that way. They have sales all the time at Brodart supplies like .com, I think. I just buy the rolls, and it makes it very easy to cover a ton of books, because if you can see here, they have this same kind of glue strip here, so you cut them to size, and then they can fit basically really different sizes of dust jackets. And I think this one goes to 12 and a half. So that's how much this dust jacket can cover. And I put them on there on my hardcovers, not only because I think it makes the books look nicer, aesthetic things, but also because it does make the dust jacket last a lot longer. And in case you don't know, dust jackets are huge when it comes to the value of a book. If you have a book and it's missing its dust jacket, you can kiss half the value goodbye. People like them, they make the book look nicer. If you don't have it, or if it's damaged or cut or something, and also it's another thing. It also helps my clumsiness, because if I put it in wrong or I'm reading it and it also protects from just fingerprints and stuff. They don't get on the dust jacket; they get on the cover, and it just really helps protect your hardcovers. And they look really nice. I have them on over every single hardcover I own and omnibus. They're all covered in these things. I honestly think it's really worth it. So those are how to protect your books, but there are some things I do to help maintain my books. Right here, sorry. These are just simple tile samples you can get at Walmart, or not Walmart, Home Depot. I think they're free, or it might cost $1, and this is just a simple clamp. What you can do with these, and this I got from another video, but I'll describe it here, is say your corner is hit right here, right? You can take these and put them on the corner like this, and then the clamp on it like this, right? About half an inch in like that. You can kind of see it like that. Leave it overnight or 24 hours, and it'll press the dents out of your books. Usually, not like super hardcore stuff. You can't do that, but I have fixed books that have appeared damaged, or people sold them to me thinking they were damaged and they weren't. Example, I got a Marvel book. It's like $80 on the secondary market, and I got it for $20 because the guy who sold it to me thought it was damaged. All it was the corners were bumped. I buffed those out, and I put put them under that. I use some other tools to like buff out things, and the book looked way condition wise way better than what I got it as. And if he'd fixed it up like that, he probably could have sold it for $80 instead of the $20 I got it for. Another thing I do is get you some of these. These are book stands. These are really helpful. These are like super nice metal ones. You can get like really crappy plastic ones. It doesn't matter. I just get these tagged on to my dust jacket cover orders, you know, like for the shipping and stuff, because a lot of them, they do coupons all the time, and like, you need to meet $100, and I was like, okay. So I tag on one or two of these things. These are worth it just to help keep your books up, you know, like so they don't slant, because you can keep your books slanted like this, and you might see some of mine slanting like right there. That's not good for the spine. So try to, if you can get these to, you know, especially your heavier books so they don't sway, it's really good just to help the shelf life of them. And then the last thing I do, which is something I figured out, but I didn't know other people did it, is I just take old cardboard, but you can do this with like masonite and stuff, which I think I might switch to, and I cut them to size for like a hardcover. So I cut it, you know, the length, and then the width just depends on how big the book is. And these are, so I make them into book shoes. And what book shoes do is when you have a really heavy hardcover, it helps the pages not sink down and touch the shelf, because over time pages do sink if the book's big enough, just gravity. And so this thing helps alleviate the stress on the spine for really big books. And so basically I put them on all my Omnis have them. Bigger oversized hardcovers have them too, depending on if I feel comfortable or not. So like all the DC Deluxe editions, I don't really put them on because those books are small enough and built well enough that I don't feel they need them. If I see any sagging of the pages, I will put one on, but they only take a couple minutes to make, and then I usually put like tape or some sort of adhesive cover over it so it doesn't like scratch the pages with the cardboard, just to help the books, and also, you know, and help the spine, because the worst thing is I've received books where I can tell they were left horizontally on a shelf, and over time the spine just could not sustain the weight of the pages, and they just all slump down and it wrecks the spine. People try to alleviate that by storing them horizontally. I don't believe you should store books horizontally. I mean, one or two is fine, but if you stack like all of those horizontally, you'll just compound the stress on the bottom book, and you'll just wreck the spine on it. So I try to make storing them horizontally as good as it can go. Another thing that helps, and the reason I do it with the board on this, when you store them this way, and if they go back or forth, it doesn't put as much stress on the spine of the trade. It doesn't bend because the board keeps it nice and stiff, which is why another reason why I put them like that. Again, all these tips are for really OCD type collectors and collections. I do it because I think a lot of these books appreciate in value, and I want to take care of them. I mean, even if I would not sell them, you know, I'm not planning to sell a lot of this stuff, but I do want to take care of it, you know, because they're mine, and I feel like they deserve that. So anyways, those were some tips and tricks that I've learned over my time collecting to take care of your collection and maintain it, and I hope you take some of these to heart, and thank you for watching.